At some point, I'm just going to do an entire video like this. I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't know for what reason. But I'm going to do an entire video like this. What's up? Setup might be a little bootleg today, or maybe it'll look better. I don't really know. This is my first time trying to record on my phone because I was like, I really want to get some higher, quality higher quality footage. Get some higher quality footage going, just because I feel like I want the videos on this channel to look a little bit better. The 720p audio video camera that I was using, the webcam, is it's cool, and I feel like that fits the vibe for some of the videos I want to do, not so much other ones. This one, it's kind of just a test video, so let me know what y'all think. Anyway, today I kind of wanted to talk about my fear of failure. Initially, I was going to record this in a park, but there's a fire going on currently not too far from where I live at, and it's raining ash. My car was covered in it. It's hard for me to breathe. I have asthma. I almost had an asthma attack after work because of this fire that was going on. That is going on, and yeah, anyway, we're recording inside today. Hello, for the third time. Fear is something that could pretty much hold you back from doing anything, whether it be, stepping outside in the morning to greet people in your neighborhood, or just walk around your neighborhood, or do anything really. Fear can hold you back from doing a lot of different things. But specifically when it comes to the fear of failure, I feel like, for me personally, it comes from a place of attaching myself to this idea of innate success in whatever it is that I set out to do. I know a dance class. And I'm dancing for the first time. I'm not going to be able to, hit all of the moves exactly on cue as I should be. See, there it goes. The expectation I just said I should be. I'm not going to be able to hit all the moves on cue perfectly as some of the other people in the class might be able to be, do, because, it's my first time dancing. And because of that fear that I'm not gonna, hit all of the moves on cue perfectly, then I'm going to look like an idiot, that fear could hold me back from going to the dance class or even signing up for it. And I feel like attaching yourself to that idea of success is really dangerous more than anything. Because once you feel like you're destined to do something correctly, regardless of what the circumstances may be, then you're kind of setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up for failure, because the truth of the matter is, you're going to fail. Failure is incredibly common no matter what it is you're doing. Whether you're trying something for the first time or you're doing it for the millionth time, there are mistakes that you're going to make that could be considered failures, There could be mistakes that you make that could be considered failures, or it could be a complete blunder and you mess up what you're doing entirely. For me personally, my fear of failure, at the moment, the reason I wanted to talk about this is coming from a place of procrastination, uncertainty, and just fear that I'm going to mess up these designs that I have to do. I'm working on 3 different projects right now. One of my own that I'm not really showing too much attention to because of the other 2 projects that I'm currently working on. One is for clothing designs and the other one is for a comic book. The goal for the comic book is to have the entirety of the issue done before the end of the year, or at least by January at the start of next year. And I am very, very afraid that the work that I do for those pages won't be adequate enough to, appeal to anybody. When, for one, that's not for me to decide. 2, I can't know that until I actually, make the pages. All I can do is my best. And while that's something that I know is objectively the truth, it's still hard for me to, I guess, come to terms with the fact that all I can do is my best. There is no guarantee that things are going to work out perfectly, whether I get the pages done or not. And because I feel as though excuse me. because I feel as though every page that I draw has to be a 10 out of 10 in order for the book to sell anything at all, it's hard for me to just sit down and focus on getting the task done. The task, you know, being obviously making the comic book pages. And because of that, I have not touched the project since I finished the first 6 pages, which were meant to be submitted to a company, but that's an entirely different conversation. My point in saying that is my fear of failure there is coming from a place of not being able to perfect the pages in a way that I think would be, you know, adequate. And that procrastination really isn't doing anything for me. Like, I can acknowledge that, but it's still hard to, you know, jump the hurdle really and get my feet on the ground and start going with that again, just because it's the emotions that are attached to the idea of failing rather than failure itself, because I know I'm gonna mess up. I've done it hundreds of thousands of times. I've been working with these 2 people, both the clothing design person and the comic book person that I'm working with currently, for a while now. And, you know, I've made my fair share of mistakes and I've gone back and corrected them. Sure, it's been frustrating. Sure, it's been hard, but I've always failed. But I've also always landed my hits. You know, I've always landed when it comes to the designs. I've always landed when it comes to the pages. I've always landed when it comes to the character designs. It works out eventually, you know, even if it takes a few tries for me to get there. And I think that's something that I have to keep in mind going forward, just because I won't get anything else done otherwise. Like, I'm procrastinating and trying to improve and work on my own stuff as well, you know, but managing all of that without keeping the success that I've had through failure in mind keeps me from continuously trying. And I guess I'm kind of recording this video to remind myself of that, and also kind of just, I don't know, give some insight into how you could possibly get over your fear of failure. Remember how failure has helped you. Remember what it's taught you, I think, is the important thing that I really wanted to get across in this video. Maybe somewhat of a short one, but I don't have too much to talk about on this topic. I really just wanted to use this as a quick little hello and motivation to get me up and going, you know, for the video. I'm gonna record a few other things to throw in the video just to make it a little bit longer. I do want to hit that 10-minute mark, but yeah, I think it's important not to hold on to an idea of success when you're trying to do anything, and also to recognize that failure is a helpful part of the process. And that's pretty much it. So if you sat through this for whatever reason, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the camera quality. If this setup works better, let me know in the comment section. I appreciate it. Thank you, and peace out.